What's good, B fam? Welcome back to another episode of World's Fastest Breakdown. This week we are going over UFC 286 across the pond in London, UK. We got a great title bout, a trilogy bout to lead us off. But before we do that, let's make it real quick. Let's check out last week's results. I don't want to spend much time on it. We finally did it 0-4 to take our total to 20-16-2. But you know the rules. When we got a new good card, a pay-per-view card coming out, the kid shows up. So, without further ado, World's Fastest Breakdown. You know the rules. I got the timer ready. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe, joining the B fam. Okay? Like and subscribe. Here we go. World's Fastest Breakdown, UFC 286, going down in 3, 2, 1, and go. Starting us off, we have a middleweight bout between Marvin Vettori and Roman Dolidze. Apparently these guys used to train together back in the day, but the biggest thing I can say is this was going to be two bulls going at it for 15 minutes. These guys are huge, bulking figures in the middleweight division. They can grapple, they grind it out, and they're going to go after it. I will say, I do think Marvin Vettori has faced better competition. Yes, maybe he has lost to that competition, but he has still faced a higher caliber throughout his UFC tenure, as opposed to Roman Dolidze, who has only one fight against a ranked opponent. Marvin Vettori has also said he has never lost two back-to-back fights and does not plan on starting now. I do know that he's changed camps. He's in Las Vegas, and he went to Thailand to work on his striking, which everyone claims is kind of his biggest weakness. So if he's fixed that up, he really has tons of potential, and I'm gonna go with Marvin Vettori decision in this one. Next, we got a female flyweight bout between undefeated prospect Casey O'Neill and Jennifer Maia. Casey O'Neill is 4-0 in the UFC. Many claim she has tons of championship potential for the division. Jennifer Maia did face the former champion Valentina Shevchenko and lost quite easily. I'm not going to say this is a showcase bout, but I do think this is a huge step up for Casey O'Neill to show the world who she is, and I'm going with Casey O'Neill in this one. Next, we have a late replacement welterweight bout between Gunnar Nelson and Bryan Barberena. Bryan Barberena is picking up this fight on very short notice, 2 weeks or less, against Gunnar Nelson. This is going to be a grappler versus brawler style matchup, and unfortunately for Barberena, the brawler, I think he's just going to get grappled, submitted either early, or he's just going to get out-grappled this whole time. You can see the biggest favorite on the main card in Gunnar Nelson. It might not be the most exciting fight that usually Bryan Barberena is used to having, but I believe it will be a victory for Gunnar Nelson nonetheless. Our co-main event. Some people say this is the people's main event. This is a huge lightweight bout between Rafael Fiziev and former interim champion Justin Gaethje. This is going to be a stand-up battle. 15 minutes of pure war. So make sure you are sit tight for this one. To be honest, Gaethje is getting up there in age. Is his chin gone? I don't really think so. But when we have seen him go against much more technical and crisper strikers, i.e. Dustin Poirier, they are able to coast past his power and berserker mentality and able to pick him apart from the outside. And I do believe Fiziev will be able to do that. His time is coming up. Gaethje's is maybe coming down. But I do ultimately think that Fiziev just has a much better technique and work rate, usage of his work rate than Gaethje. These guys are basically even in the strike differential. Together, it's around 11.5 strikes thrown and 11.5 strikes absorbed between the two of them. These guys swing, and they swing hard and fast. With that being said, I am going with Rafael Fiziev in this one. I don't think he's going to be able to get the finish. Maybe he does, but if it is, it's going to be later in the fight. This one is going to be phenomenal. And in our main event, we do have a trilogy. It's not a rematch, it is a trilogy between Leon, the new champ, Rocky Edwards, versus Kamaru Usman. Yes, the champion is the underdog, but to be honest, there's a couple things that I'm leaning towards that maybe say that he's not. Usman is almost 36. He will be in, I believe, a few weeks after this bout or a few months. So he's getting up there in age, especially at this caliber for the welterweight division. Also, I've heard stories of his knees just being so worn down through all the grinding and wrestling and training that he's done over the years, which I know he is the ultimate gamer. He's a super competitive guy, but at some point, the rubber's going to hit the road and he is going to crumble a bit. I really don't see what he does if he does recapture the belt. I mean, 36 and he's faced a lot of the competition. I really don't see what's left for him, opposed to Edwards, who has tons of matchups and everything in front of him if he is able to, retain his belt. Also, that first round, Leon won hands down. He said after that, due to the altitude of fighting in Utah, his body just was not reacting to the way his mind was seeing things. Take it for what you want. I do want to believe him on that. We are now on sea level in the UK, so there is no excuses. There is nothing here stopping Edwards. He's in his home country. He's, hours away from his hometown in Birmingham. There's no excuses for him. This is his homecoming. I will like to say, I do think he has more confidence. He believes he can beat Usman on the feet. He can beat him on the ground if it goes there. He is confident just being the overall fighter. I do think he is a extremely complete fighter compared to an Usman who is just a more grind out style. And for that reason, like I said, I'm going with Araki. I truly believe in this guy. I know the crowd's going to believe in this guy, and his team, and most importantly himself, they believe in him. And that's the most important thing. And I do believe he retains. I think it's going to go to decision, but I would not be surprised if he's able to pull out another finish. So with that being said, I have Marvin Vettori, Casey O'Neill, Gunnar Nelson, Rafael Fiziev, and Leon Edwards. 6-10-72. Hopefully we do better next time, but I had to give you all the full breakdown of this card. I do think it's a phenomenal card top to bottom. Lots of young talent throughout, so please make sure to tune into all of it, or as much as you can. Again, like this video, comment down below who you all think. Would love to chat with each and every one of y'all. Subscribe, join the B fam, and as always, all love and peace.